to see. Ministry, you know, you go place and they're like, can you donate, can you help, can you do this, and you never see what happens, but they were selected to go and be part of this, and they're going to share some of that with us. So, guys, awesome.
Okay, so we're on a short time period today. We're going to make this kind of quick. I want to thank you, Pastor Tom, and everybody for your prayers and your support. I shared yesterday at men's breakfast a little bit. And I threw a lot of hard numbers out there and stuff. My friend Keith told me to, you know, we got to relate what we smelled, saw, tasted, felt, touched. In other words, he said to make it more personal. So I got to share one hard number though. We actually, the group we were in, personally reached 6,000 kids. Wow. So that's awesome stuff. And then Christina is going to share just to relate our very first trip of several outreaches, and this was in Medellin, Colombia.
Good morning, everybody. I'm going to make it short, so I'm probably going to talk fast. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Sounds like you can't hear me. Okay, so I'm going to talk about when we went to Medellin. So we are on the bus. We're going straight up these steep hills, and on the side we could see all these small, tiny little compartment houses, and there's like trash everywhere, and I could taste in my throat that we were up, like the altitude was really high because I could feel my throat like shutting on me, so they told me to drink a lot of water, so I was drinking a lot of water. So we get up to the top, and it's a parking lot, but to me it was a dump because there was a lot of trash everywhere. And the first girl that I see is this cute little girl, about 7 years old. She has on a yellow shirt and pink shorts and these black raggedy shoes. And she turns around and she stares up at the bus, and I could just see her like looking, and I was thinking, she's probably thinking, who are those people on that bus? And she was just so sweet. And then the scripture came in my mind, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. And we were so blessed when we got off the bus. We could just see the children running to and fro everywhere. They had tarps laid out, and they had all the children going first, and the parents were all like around the fence. And we introduced ourselves with the translator alongside us, and then they did a program in Spanish, and they shared Jesus Christ with the children. And then we passed out the Greatest Journey, which is a 12-week discipleship program to the children with the shoe boxes. And I could just see the girls' little faces, just so much love and joy and excitement on their face as we handed them the shoebox. And I just hugged them and kissed them, and I was just so full of compassion and love, and just so overwhelmed by God's Spirit that He even allowed us to be there with these children. And after we passed out all the shoeboxes, we got down on our hands and our knees and just got right in between the children and started just talking to them and playing with them. And while we were handing out the shoe boxes, we would tell them, no hopla, do not open your box. And they were so obedient. I mean, they just like told me this, and there's like 300 children, not one of them opened up their shoe boxes. So after the program, and everyone had their shoe boxes, they would say, okay, we're gonna get ready to open up our shoe boxes. Uno, dos, tres, hopla. So it's 1, 2, 3, open your boxes. And all of a sudden they open their boxes, and you can hear screams of joy and laughter just fill the air. The children holding up their little stuffed animals and holding them so tight to their heart. And the Barbie dolls and just the toys, and just digging, and we're just sitting down playing with them, touching the hair, and just loving them and hugging them. And the parents, after kind of winding down a little, the parents just came up and were hugging us and just telling us thank you, gracias, gracias, and just hugging us and holding us so tight. And then after that, we prayed over all the leaders and gave them a gift. And then it was time for us to leave. So as the children were all leaving, we were leaving, got back on the bus, and this bus driver was so amazing. I mean, these hills were so steep. He had to back all the way back down the hill, and I told Mike, there's a car like right there. Are we okay? It was like an inches away from a car. So we're backing down, and we're going back down, and we look over to the side, and there's the one boy that, all these boys were just like attracted to Mike. I mean, they were playing with Mike. Mike had a soccer ball from Victor. He gave him a whole bunch of soccer balls, and he told them, "You three amigos, you know, play with this ball in unity," and they were just playing. But anyways, when we're leaving, one of them was Mateo, and he was with his mother, standing on the corner and smiling, big gigantic smiles, and they're waving adios to us as we go back down the hill and leave. And it was just so amazing how the Lord showed his love through a simple filled shoebox. And I just want to thank you guys so much for, you guys are all missionaries that pack shoeboxes, because this little gift has brought the Lord into their lives and has just blessed them tremendously, and then they go through the greatest journey. But I just want to thank you guys so much for that. Sorry it was so fast, but we're on a limited time.
Isn't she sweet? If you want to hear more, we're going to have a presentation on Saturday at 5 o'clock on June 27th. June 27th at 5 o'clock. There's a sign-up sheet by the front door, so we're going to cook some simple Colombian food. So if you guys want to sign up, and maybe if you want to bring us a little something simple, we'll have plenty of time to share that. Thank you, Pastor Tom.